So this is controversial, but I think only men should do one-man shows, you know?
It's very true. But you know what? We have a bigger issue, and that's the internet.
Yeah, okay.
We got bigger issues, Stephan. The internet is an issue. They're trying to take your data. They're trying to control your prices.
They're trying to give women ideas.
How could they?
I'm leaning into this, I guess.
But with Surfshark...
I love being on an all-white male podcast.
We're really pushing the limits on what they'll allow in these ads, and damn it, Surfshark will protect you.
We're not even close to pushing the limits, trust me.
Balls. Dick and balls.
Balls. Surfshark, what about that? Oh, do you like balls?
Did you know that your information is so easily tracked on the internet, and oftentimes your geolocation data will be used to price gouge you? And depending where you live, you might not be able to access certain websites. I don't know about you, but I like porn. Unrelated.
I couldn't access it in Texas anymore, so we moved to LA. That's the only reason.
But
Loss of access of porn.
Loss of access of porn is a big problem in this state. Well,
Not this state.
no. Loss of access
The
of
old
porn.
state we were at.
The old state, the sticky pornless state. We left, and now we're in porn.
But if you are in Texas...
Do you suffer from loss of porn access? Well, guess what? A VPN can help you out, because VPNs like Surfshark can allow you to look like you're browsing from anywhere across the world, hiding your geolocation data, which will allow you to search websites that maybe your current local government doesn't want you to look at. And you know what? I think all information should be accessible.
Websites with consenting adults.
Consenting adult websites.
Consenting adult websites.
VPN stands for very porn. Nice.
Nice.
What do you think about that, Surfshark? You cool with that?
And if you go to surfshark.com and use the code 4StarBento at checkout, you can get 4 extra months of Surfshark services, plus a 30-day money-back guarantee in case you're just not satisfied with your access to porn.
If Surfshark let us air this ad, say thank you, Surfshark.
Thank you, Surfshark.
And thank you for sponsoring this video.
We're going to open the video on me saying that. We always put the ad like right up front.
Well, now you know how I feel.
You've... About your real opinions.
Clearly. Welcome back as we rank the rest of One Piece arcs.
We're going post-Timeskip now.
Post-Timeskip.
We did this before, and we're doing it again.
At this time, I'm not sober.
He's not.
We just got back from dinner.
Yeah, we just got back from dinner. I was like, yo, let's keep this train rolling.
Let's see if you're a mean drunk.
So he's drinking some of my scotch.
Return to Saba Ode.
Okay, so
Very satisfying in terms of its resolution, in terms of like just seeing
Everybody
how
together
everybody
again.
gets power scaled. I think the fake Straw Hats thing kind of gets a little long in the tooth, but it does have a relatively satisfying ending and has some good comedy beats in the middle.
I will say, I think that it's drawn out a little bit, again, more in the anime.
Yeah, for sure.
At this point, I was steadily reading the manga before the anime was coming out. And so for me, it didn't feel that long in the tooth. It was actually really just as long as it needed to exist, just to make kind of a couple of one-off jokes before we officially reintroduce the entire cast.
I think this is kind of when we actually kind of started like becoming friends too, like around this point in the anime and in the manga.
Gosh, was it around then?
Like 2008, 2000?
No, because I'm almost certain Impelled Down was coming out around that time.
Maybe. Either way, it was relatively around that time.
I think, you know, it's always fun to see like characters post-Timeskip and see what their new designs are. I wish Frankie looks better.
Some of them worked. Some of them were Frankie.
Okay, this is actually a great place to talk about it. In terms of the new designs, I definitely think that Luffy, everything is an improvement. I love the scar. I love the sash that he has around his, that he's wearing. His design has no significant changes besides the scar.
Yeah, it's because he's like his look was already kind of classic, so you didn't need to change it up too much. You just needed to give him like a little bit. Zoro got like the scar on the eye, and he tends to wear like that kind
sort
of a gi, kind of like, I can't remember
sort of
the
a samurai
name of that
look.
particular wardrobe.
And it's sick as hell. I love it. I love that outfit. It's one of his best in the entire series. And there was a part of me actually that was hoping for a little while that the scar over the eye, I was hoping he was actually keeping one eye closed intentionally as to limit himself, because I really liked the idea of like Zoro having this sort of self-imposed limitation for when he fought, to where he would only open both eyes when absolutely necessary.
Seems like not though.
No, seems like at this point,
Seems like he lost an eye to a monkey.
yeah, at this point it kind of seems like he probably definitely lost that eye to Mihawk.
Yeah, I would assume Mihawk, but it's funnier if it was a monkey.
He was fighting those monkeys the whole time, man. Those monkeys were dangerous.
That being said, we also get I can't remember what Sanji's initial design was.
Very similar, but like blue, and
He had a goatee.
he didn't have a goatee before, and now he does.
The goatee works. I'm all about the goatee. A little bit of facial hair on him makes him look a little bit older, and I think that's to his benefit.
I think it's also the curls in his hair become a little more prominent.
Yeah, Usopp got like the sun hat and the khaki shorts. And
Oh my god, Usopp's outfit is the
Usopp got a great glow.
It's great, yeah.
honestly, genuinely, no notes. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Love the hair. Love the fact that he's like pantsoling it. Like
He looks like an adult now. He looked like a little kid with his little carpenter outfit before.
a little bit. And I will say, well, I don't love how top heavy they keep making Nami. I do love her design otherwise.
Yeah.
Because she definitely looks.
I like the long hair. I like the long hair.
The long hair is not a bad look. I like her more tomboyish, that just because of how her character has been developed.
But yeah, she's still wearing jeans.
Yeah, she's and she's
Lowrider jeans, but yeah.
Yeah, she's
2000s lowrider jeans. If you were there, you know.
Yep. And yeah, unfortunately, Frankie looks like shit.
Frankie looks bad.
Frankie, I feel like, is the only like poor redesign, and even then, it's like not awful. I just prefer like it's the only case where I look at like pre-time skip and post-time skip and being like, man, that is a downgrade.
I don't love the open boob jacket on Robin, and she always looks better with bangs.
See, the thing is, like at least with the girls, they're always in different outfits every.
So they can change it up at least.
They change it up every time. Nami is in new fetish gear every arc, so
The guys are always in new outfits too.
it's true
Nowadays, yeah.
Like I feel like it wasn't until Water 7 that Luffy got like a wardrobe change that wasn't just a jacket. Like it was the first time he popped into like those black jorts.
And like, yeah,
Black shorts are so good though. Like we haven't
Yeah.
talked much about the outfits the characters have been wearing this entire time. But
that's a different tier list.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I want to do that tier list.
It'd be
Equally long.
It'd be very similar to our Bulma tier list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that idea. We should do that.
Yeah. Overall, the redesigns are a plus.
Chopper.
Chopper,
I love his hat.
Yeah, Chopper got that big hat.
I love his hat.
Chopper, yeah, the big hat. Big fan of the big hat.
And the big old backpack he also had with him.
Yay.
Like when things are too big on him.
He needed to carry all of his supplies to the new.
I was trying to remember exactly what the biggest change for him was, and yeah, the big rounded hat.
big hat.
Hat with cotton candy colors.
That and some of his transformations look a little more mature.
Yeah.
Little, I have to say, the kung fu one he pulls out is still so funky looking.
Yeah, something point.
Yeah,
It's like Kung Fu Point, isn't it? Like
No.
something like that.
I think it's.
Strike point sounds more
I
correct.
feel like that's it, but I might be drunk.
That's true.
Very possible. But for the arc itself, this is another like really short one. It's another like kind of
But it's
transition
so
arc.
good. It's a phenomenal return to form.
I don't think it's as good as the arcs that preceded it.
Sounds
Just
good.
in terms
No.
of like substance, but it is very satisfying to have the gang get reunited and for them to stomp the shit out of a bunch of pacifistas.
Yes, the fact that they come back and not only do they defeat the same thing that initially beat them,
But they trounce it.
they beat a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
they each one shot them.
Yeah.
For at least Zoro and Luffy.
is the only one that solos one.
Oh, okay.
The rest of them, like even like Sanji and Zoro, like one
they-
of them set it up and the other one knocked it down.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
They double teamed it.
Yeah. But it's very satisfying to have them come back together and, you know, like say goodbye to Rayleigh and everybody being like, holy shit, that's Roger's first mate. What the fuck? Oh my God, that's the real Straw Hat.
By the way, we haven't talked much about Rayleigh. I love
Rayleigh's
Rayleigh.
great.
He's so good. Oh my God.
He's very cool. And I didn't expect later on we get more about him and his relationship with his wife. I didn't expect to actually feel some strong things about his relationship with his wife. I'm like, you know what? They're great and they're perfect together.
Yep.
Yeah, Shaki's great. Aged like fine wine.
Yeah, Jesus
So did he, though, to be fair.
but he noticeably aged.
Yeah, but he aged well.
I don't argue that he's got that Mads Mikkelsen thing about him.
He aged well.
Yeah. No, that is a silver fox.
And also, be remiss not to mention the Kuma thing, where he was
Guarding the ship
for 2 years with the last of his free will.
Man, we haven't even touched on the full depth of Kuma.
Yeah.
And there is so much there. Holy shit.
I while I am not caught up past Dressrosa, I am familiar with the plot beats and having heard about his
It's going to devastate you.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we can't talk about that, but
I'll be leaving after
we will later.
Part of this
no, that's what I'm saying. I wish we could talk about it because
Well, when you catch up, maybe we'll do a Nick caught up to One Piece video.
Yes.
Do a talk
You guys were so wrong.
Actually, Egghead sucks. That'd be crazy.
I've seen some episodes of Egghead, and I can't imagine me coming up with that opinion.
But Sub-Odie, I can't see it getting above Captain personally, just because
there's not enough.
Yeah,
there's not enough. It's very satisfying, and it's very well paced, but it's not as impactful as
it's fun, but it's not much more than that.
yeah, I'd have to agree.
Certainly above Thriller Bark, though.
Oh yeah, no, it's
I think
easily,
that feels good.
yeah. I'd even put it above post-war.
I might put I was gonna say Reverse Mountain / Long Ring Run.
Long Ring, Long Land.
Long Ring, Long Land.
Yeah, okay.
Day of Three Giants West.
Yeah, Long Ring, Long Land. Let's put it above Long Ring, Long Land.
Long Ring, Long Land. Long Ring, Long Land.
Next up is Fishman Island.
Not a fan.
No.
I'm a fan of some stuff, but not most of it.
I think this is the one that's firmly in crewmate or swabby for me.
I like
think
the
it is-
flashbacks best.
and that's a problem.
So yeah, the biggest issue that we find with Fishman Island is that all of the story stuff is so good, but it's the pacing, presentation,
and the fights suck.
The villains are.
This is the weakest villain maybe of the entire series.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe the weakest.
And I hate that because he didn't need to be. In fact, for all intents and purposes, this villain should have been a slam dunk.
But he's just worse Arlong.
Cody Jones felt less impactful than Wapple, and that is hard for me to say.
Yeah.
And there are so many different factors that go into it between the just kind of whatever character design and the fact that while all of this stuff is really impactful and there are a lot of really interesting and I think poignant comments about race, the conflict,
segregation,
yeah, and slavery too.
Slavery, yeah.
It all of that is just poorly presented through that character.
Yeah,
he just really is not the conduit.
He's too one-dimensional for it.
Yeah,
at least we have Jinbei there to balance things out a bit.
Yes,
but
Jinbei is the guy who's really helping give that full spectrum feel.
The scene where he apologizes personally to Nami, is great.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole koala backstory is amazing.
Yeah.
And I love the detail of this guy who did save a lot of humans as well as
Fisher Tiger.
Yeah.
Fisher Tiger.
And he did save a lot of humans, but he still had this sort of hate in his heart for people that literally killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's that's just a very nuanced take on that problem.
But ultimately, the biggest standout moment in this arc to me is just Luffy showing off his Conqueror's hockey at will, and we'd already seen that during Marineford when it was more impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also want to throw out that thing where the princess, I forget her name, Hime's in the name,
Horikoshi or something.
Horikoshi, yeah, they say Hime because she's a princess. Her thing of where she cries. I was weirdly moved by learning that the little gimmicks that her brothers had were actually the things they do to calm her down so she wouldn't cry, and they had to start doing that while their mom had just died. They had to adultify themselves in the moment in order to keep her from fucking things up. That's a rough thing to put on children.
Yeah.
That's deeply sad to me.
I will also say the arc also does suffer from one of the lamest Sanji.
Yeah, decisions. I was actually going to say that one of the worst parts about early post-time skip is just Sanji being knocked unconscious by seeing any woman. I fucking hated that.
Don't get me wrong. There is something really funny. There's a
comedy to it, but
it needed to be shorter and less
the fact that he turned it into a plot point. Yeah. I think took it past joke, and in a way that's even funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not funny enough.
It did not work for me. That didn't work for me, dog. Like,
Specifically in a story as big and important as this, that's where it became an issue of like,
yeah, but like that leads to like important plot beats.
yeah, he spent time on a ship with Robin and Nami. By that point, he should have been desensitized.
Yeah. That said, Fishman Island, crewmate.
Crewmates generously. Like, I really don't like that arc.
I don't have much I hate, is the thing. I hate more things in Thriller Bark than I hate in Fishman
That's fair
Island.
that you hate more things in Thriller Bark, but Thriller Bark also has some, like, way better shit framing it.
yeah.
Yeah, but like Fishman Island has enough like good stuff peppered throughout. Like, you know, a lot of good stuff with Jinbei. Yeah.
I wonder if anything's going to make Swabi.
The only thing that I am going to push for is the last thing I saw. So we'll get there.
And I'll probably fight you on it.
You can fight me on it. And honestly, there are things that can pull it out of there that I would agree with. But
next up is Punk Hazard, which I also think is better, but it's not great.
Punk Hazard's definitely better.
It's a step up for sure.
I would put it in Nakama myself.
Me too. I don't even have that much to say about this one.
What is there to say? It is so...
I mean, good stuff with Law. We get a lot of establishment of him.
The fact that we get
the Law is so fucking cool.
The fact that we get some stuff with Law.
Smoker.
There is like one of the few, like very few points in media that I actually kind of enjoyed a mind swap thing because they actually played with the gimmick enough.
My favorite part of that is Robin being really angry that Frankie's making such ugly faces in Chopper's body.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the entire thing.
Can we talk about the comedic genius of Robin real quick? Because she is one of the funniest characters in the series.
Her dark humor is amazing.
Yeah.
And the fact that one of my favorite moments in all of One Piece is when they do the mecha combination and she is just like, I would rather die than never do that.
Yeah.
Never asked me to do that.
Yeah.
That is the lamest thing I've ever seen. I would rather die.
Yes. Oh my God. Queen. She's so queen. Oh my God.
And anytime that they show her just imagining something that somebody's talking about, like her vision of it is always so adorable.
And yet also morbid.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, no, she imagines the cutest things and then says the worst, darkest shit.
It's like, and unfortunately,
he's probably dead.
And unfortunately, there is like a core to that of like, she never really got to be a kid.
Yeah.
But also she had such a bad experience as a kid that like she has morbid thoughts, but also she likes cute things and she likes things that let her experience being a kid.
It's why Chopper's her favorite.
Yes, exactly.
God, what is the kind of ship where it's just, I want them to be the bestest friends and love each other forever?
Friendship.
Yes, yeah. I friendship them. Yes.
Yeah, and I don't have that much to say about Punk Hazard. We get a lot of long-running plot lines established here.
Yeah, you get introduced to the idea of the smile fruits and like the weird gas.
And that is important.
And yeah, the stuff with the kids who like with the kids genuinely like upsets me.
Yeah.
Like
Nami's response to that is so important.
Yes, agreed.
But Caesar's a shit heel. He
Caesar-
gets beaten down by like he doesn't get beaten down nearly hard enough for like how shitty he is.
I have to emphasize,
Evil man.
I hate
Yosef Mengele, motherfucker.
I hate Caesar so goddamn much, and he won't go away. God help me.
And unfortunately, Smoker kind of gets jobbed out in this one too. Smoker gets put in his place. Like, apparently, they never taught him hockey.
But he also does get some good sword stuff thrown in.
Get some good stuff. I like
Tashigi has a good moment where she's like calls out Zoro and being kind of sexist.
Yeah, I need Smoker to get upscaled, man. I need him to get Kobe 5. You know, like
he's gonna get something.
Yeah, he has to.
You know, I never mentioned this, but I did have to mention one of my favorite things about Zoro's whole backstory with Koina is I'll never get over the fact that she died in the most mundane way possible. And that has always stuck with me.
It's so mundane that people create like fan theories about like actually she was murdered. No, she just died, guys.
Sometimes things are sad. Have you not seen the Book of Henry?
Actually, it's such a mundane way to die that the 4Kids dub actually changed it because they didn't want to say
it's too real.
Well, yeah, because she broke her neck falling down a fucking ladder.
Yeah,
and that's like, wow, that's really dark. Like in a very mundane, it could happen to anyone way.
Yeah.
So in the dub, they changed it to, oh yeah, she was fighting off a bunch of samurai and ended up succumbing to her injuries afterwards.
She was a child.
Yeah, I know.
That's dumb as fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's actually worse. I don't.
Actually, Inu killed her from afar because she was going to be too powerful. He just snapped her neck with the death note.
Wait, how the fuck do you know about Emu?
Because I'm familiar with a lot of spoilers. Like One Piece is something that I don't feel like can be spoiled because I think it's about the adventure.
Yeah, I knew a lot of things ahead of time, and still when I experienced it, I was like,
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But yeah, no, sorry, I just had to say that because there were a couple of things when we were going to this I wanted to say, but then we kind of
Punk Hazard, like, and I'll also say the introduction of Caesar is also for the anime the introduction of the worst consistent sound effect on the planet. That little like high-pitched fucking sound anytime he's around,
Filter,
and it sucks so bad it hurts the ears.
It's the opposite of the Shabody
Nails on a
bubbles.
chalkboard.
sooner or later they're going to update their sound library for One Piece.
Please.
I don't know when it is. I'm not even.
Are you tired of the same swallow sound effect?
Look, to be completely honest, I think that those sound effects are amazing. Absolutely top tier. But
we need more.
Iconic, but you just need a couple more.
We need a new sound library because it has gotten to the point where it's like you cannot keep using these same sound effects.
I'm tired of footsteps all being one sound over and over again.
Yep.
That said, we don't. It's also worth saying Punk Hazard also introduces the really important characters from Wano, who will be with us for a long time.
We get the samurai.
Yeah. We got Momonosuke.
Yeah. Well, we have Momonosuke, voiced by Corinne Sudberg, aka Megami 33. But what was the name?
I know his name, but like it's popped out of my head.
Right.
He's important.
He'll be important.
He's pretending to be Mo's dad.
Yep.
And also, I'll say the way Law kills the guy at the end of this arc is really cool.
Yeah,
it's cool as hell.
Honestly, the arc kind of lives on just giving Law some amazing shit. Holy fuck.
Honestly, it's one of those things where it almost partly feels like a ramp-up arc just because of how much it uses Law and how important Law is to Dressrosa's story.
Yes, I would agree.
That said, the setting of Punk Hazard is also really cool.
Yeah, because it's the place that Akainu and Aokiji fought.
And I also like that again, going back to like the Robin beat, it's like, well, we can't swim, so you guys are going to have to. And I love that bit where Usopp's like, well, we can't just hold you on our backs. And Zoro's like doing stretches for us, like, I'm ready. Let's fucking go. Ride or die.
And also really important, this is the arc where the really hot goth Navy woman was introduced.
Important.
Very important.
Which one was that?
She's the one who takes care of the kids when they give them to the Navy. Oh, and she's got like the choker with the spikes.
Literal goth mommy.
Yep. Oh my god, that reminds me of the sadist chick. I think her name was Sadie, actually, from Impel Down.
Yeah.
God, Queen.
Yeah, I have no problem with it in Nakama. It's very middling, but has a lot of good beats.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd put it above Whiskey Peak.
I'd agree with that. There's more to it. There's more to it and less frustrating.
That's why I would put it below it, is just because it's too long. But
not nearly as long as Dressrosa. Jesus Christ. Small tangents. Like this is when I was like getting kind of caught back up. I was watching through. I'm like, oh, Gear 4 looks kind of neat. Whatever.
And this is the worst adapted part of the entire story.
Yeah, I have little doubt of that after watching, because I was watching. I made it through like Law's backstory. I made it like through the tournament arc.
Law's backstory is great.
Yeah. And like I even kind of like enjoyed the little tournament bit where they introduced like Sabo, but then you get to the part where they're finally dealing with the Don Quixote family, and holy fuck.
They stretched that out way too much.
There was a point where, and this was like when One Piece was paced like you got a 3-minute opening, like 3 to 5 minutes of here's where we are.
What happened last episode?
Yeah, this is what happened last episode. No, it's like what happened like last few episodes. Then you get like 10 minutes of actual story, and then next time.
Yeah, and also this was
the worst.
This is also when the opening sequence was like they cut the ending song and they just had the opening sequence.
So bad. Like I started skipping episodes. Like, okay, maybe every other episode I can get like a little bit of the recap.
But you probably
oh
need
my
to go
god,
with 3.
I'm still not getting anything. I started skipping 3 episodes at a time.
Yeah.
And that was when it started feeling okay paced.
Yeah, and
Jesus fucking Christ, that is awful.
The really famous pacing, like better paced version of One Piece, came about because of Dressrosa.
I have little doubt that is why my argument, like, even though there are some really good things in here, some very like more impactful things than in Punk Hazard or anything else pre-time skip, I would put this personally in Swabi.
There is so
It
much.
is so poorly paced, but I know you're also grading based on the manga, so that's not fair.
Yeah.
No, brother, I was reading the manga. Do you think I watched the anime for this part?
Was it still poorly paced in the manga?
Yes!
Jesus
Not,
fucking
nowhere
Christ.
near as bad. Nowhere near as bad.
Only nowhere near as bad because it's a week-to-week manga chapter and you sort of expect, but even look, by the time halfway into that fucking moment with the birdcage, I don't know. I don't know how many chapters that was, but I was so fucking sick.
I like the concept of the birdcage a lot, but it gets stretched out too much.
But it was like it was a Frieza half hour that birdcage was moving, man.
Yeah.
And like
100 fucking episodes.
when I was watching it, when I was reading it, I was getting so frustrated. I stopped reading for weeks, went back to it, and would catch
just so
up.
you could binge it.
Just so I could binge it. And honestly, that's what I do with One Piece now anyway. Like, I actually just kind of wait for...
You read it like once a quarter.
That's how I read most manga now.
I sort of wait for an arc to end, and then I go back and I read through it. Because
That's smart.
Because at that point, it's like, okay, even if it goes a little bit long... That at least I'm not left a week waiting like, oh my God, we're still not done with this.
Yeah, I made the mistake of catching up on a book series that I really like, and now I have to wait months for the next one to come out and then years for the next one to come out.
I will say there are moments in Dressrosa that I absolutely adore.
Oh, yeah.
Between I'm sorry,
Again,
Lucy.
it kind of Lucy
Is so good.
and Usopp.
Everything Usopp in that arc
Usopp's
is
moments
so
in this
phenomenal. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Usopp's observation hockey kind of kicking in there with his like mega like and the fact that he had to like scare that girl to knock her out. I love
Sugar's
that.
power is also terrifying.
Yeah.
Sugar's power is fucking crazy.
And it's also crazy that the Dressrosa arc that has like the fascism and like all this stuff is also the Babes in Toyland arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that her power is I turned you into a toy and now nobody remembers you existed.
Yeah.
She's literally a false Hydra.
And like there's so many good things in Dressrosa that I couldn't ever put it in Swabi.
I can understand that. There are a lot of good things here. I only like my brain only pulls from the bad.
Yeah.
For me, it's above Punk Hazard still.
Oh, I can't agree. Punk Hazard. Oh, like at least Punk Hazard was like shorter.
The best stuff is way better.
I'll also say this: if you're watching the anime, look, Rebecca's design was already kind of
Crazy.
questionable in the fucking manga. In the anime, it's awful.
It's insane.
crazy.
The
terrible.
animation also got its worst in this era.
Yeah, this definitely was a point. I think the anime production was like, we can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
This is unfucking tenable. We have to do something, which we will actually see moving forward.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
at what point do you think the animation started going like, okay, let's get good again?
Wano.
Is it specifically
The
Wano?
Reverie, I think, is where it like really starts, but then Wano's when it kicks in at full gear.
Around there is when we actually see them like literally change the art style. And
But I would never recommend skipping the Zoe arc or Whole Cake Island.
no, God no.
I can put Dressrosa below Punk Hazard. I like
The really tragic thing about Dressrosa being as bad as it is in terms of the pacing is that its story that it's telling is so good.
It's great, yeah.
It's fucking phenomenal actually.
Like it's
All the elements are great.
It's the best part of the story post time skip up till that point.
The backstory with Law and
also makes me cry.
Cavendish?
Cavendish. something like
No,
that.
not Cavendish. Cavendish is a different. He's in this arc, but he's a different character.
Yeah, no, who was
it's
it?
Corazon. I remembered
Corazon.
it. Corazon.
Corazon. Yeah, Law. The story with Law and Corazon.
So good.
Oh my
good.
god.
It makes me cry.
Stay in there. There's like they won't find you.
And the actual resolution of that arc doesn't come until after everything's over. And then the guy says to Law, like, don't look for reasons for why people love you. Yeah. And it just fucks me up.
Don't look for reasons why people love you is
Such a fucked up thing.
Yeah. Like I absolutely adore so much of that story. In fact, even the story with Rebecca, her father.
And this is the birth of God D. Usopp.
God Usopp is so
And we bring the Nolan stuff back with the fairies.
Yes.
And you get like the tiny little fairy people walking in between Robin's boobs. So like you know.
Yeah. We get Gulliver's Travel.
Yeah, Gulliver's Travel.
Yeah, all the Gulliver's Travel stuff is great. I love all the stuff with them. Have you heard of the theory, which seems pretty substantiated at this point, that all of Usopp's lies come true?
Yeah, I like that. I like that theory.
I think that's just a fun bit he's doing. I don't think it means anything, but I think it's a fun thing he's doing.
What if it is a type of observation hockey? All these lies he's been telling has just been unconsciously prophetic.
That would be okay. That would be really funny, but I do think that it is sort of like that. I don't think there's any like
he's the next one that I think needs that little power boost because like in theory, if they go head to head with the Blackbeard pirates, the dude he fights is a teleporter. So he's going to need to have that ability to precog where he shows up.
Yeah, I mean, he did get a huge moment for that with Sugar where he hit somebody miles away.
Yeah, like his zoom in his sniper scope moment, and
he doesn't even know what hockey is.
Like, Usopp has the best moment in this arc.
Yeah.
Bar none. Like I I guess this is a good point to ask about like how you feel about the Gear 4 design and like Gear 4 in general.
Gear 4 is a weird looking design that I think
it fits Luffy very well, but
whether or not it fits Luffy is actually a little bit more up in the air for me because Luffy's entire design concept is slim and wiggly and wild, and when you buff him up like that, it looks a little awkward for me, which is why 5 is top fucking tier.
Yeah,
I think his Gear 5 design is stupendous, phenomenal. I love it. But when I see 4, I see the antithesis of everything that 5 is, and I don't like it.
But 4 is also kind of like emblematic of a lot of those old like you'll see some of those like tapestries of like old demons and gods painted that.
That's super intentional.
Yeah.
And in that regard, I get it. And that's why I don't hate it.
And it's better used in Wano actually because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to your credit, it works very well there.
Yeah.
But here, and even in Whole Cake Island, as we'll see later, where it's really used.
Yeah, I'm middling. Though I like Snake Man better.
Snake Man's pretty cool. But yeah, when it comes to Gear 4, I'm sort of middle of the road. I think it's better than 3 just because I think 3 is boring.
4 feels like an evolution of like him using hockey and Gear 3 and 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's very Luffy logic of, well, if I get bigger, I'm stronger.
Yeah.
If I had to choose where Dressrosa was going to go, just because of the phenomenal stuff that's there, I'd actually put it at the bottom of Captain.
Me too.
Ew, I can't.
Yeah, no.
Well, you're outvoted.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah.
Look,
The pacing is so fucking...
You experienced the worst version.
Yeah,
I really did.
You experienced a version that is genuinely just unfair to that story.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, oh my God.
You just need to look into One Piece, man.
Maybe.
Oh, we're just gonna say
I'm just going to say it. I don't give a fuck.
This is the second video. The first video, we veil it. Like, I will say, like, one of the big problems is the fact that, like, you know, you unveil that Gear 4, and you kind of want that to be like the Super Saiyan, oh, now I'm gonna win moment, but he loses, like, he gets some like offense in, and then he has to rest again. I fucking hate that.
Yeah, unfortunately,
the breaks and stuff is annoying.
Remember what I said about Oda having a really, really bad habit of dragging out the final fights?
Yeah, it's the Goku problem.
Yeah, no, it's not even
it's
the Goku
worse than
problem. It's worse than that.
Yeah, but Goku has this problem too, where Toriyama had to take him out of the fight so many times to have things happen.
But when he has that like final, okay, it's time to win mode, it's all and then done.
Don't get me wrong, the Frieza fight with Goku is rather long,
especially in the anime.
Yeah, especially in the anime.
Well, and I'm just mostly talking about the thing where he has to take Goku out of commission constantly.
That's a different thing, though.
Fight, though.
It's the same thing as.
But you're talking about those moments happening like after you're supposed to be like in it.
It's the same thing like on Skypiea of Luffy being held away from the big bad,
right,
until the moment comes. But then Skypiea also does that thing where the big bad puts a giant gold ring on him and sends him back down several fucking times.
And like those
is worse.
That halting of the pace does like I don't think that does any credit to Oda's work.
Like I'm not one to critique. I have not made a multi-billion-dollar franchise out of characters.
You are absolutely one to critique. You are the one who's actually seeing it from an objective point of view.
That's fair, but
there's no such thing. But
what I mean is a point of view outside of like the creator.
Yeah, no, that problem is there. But yeah, the good stuff in Dressrosa is so crazy good that it's just unfortunate that the other stuff around it is dragging it down a little bit. It's not even that the other stuff around it is bad. It's just that it's all too long.
This is the worst the pacing ever gets.
That and as somebody who does not care for Sabo, I was like, oh, okay, hi, Sabo.
He doesn't stick around too long, though.
I know, but he does come in there and be like, and Luffy gets his moment where like, oh my god, you're still alive, and it's like, yeah,
I'm happy Luffy got that moment after how rough it was with Ace. Honestly,
Well, it was Lucy that got that moment.
like, look, and don't get me wrong, I am happy for Luffy. Luffy deserves everything and more. But
This is also the birth of the one, like the Straw Hat Fleet, isn't it? Like
Yes.
after this one.
yes, this is where that happens.
gosh, does that happen here?
Yeah, because all the people that he's in the birdcage.
Because he meets Bartolomeo during the.
Yes.
Oh, Bartolomeo!
I was about to ask, like, how do we all feel about Bartolomeo?
I love Bartolomeo. I love
Like at first I saw him and I'm like, it's gonna be a little shit heel. I'm like, oh no, he's a mega fan. Okay,
Yeah, he's actually not as scary as he acts.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't eat people at all.
Pretty sure he's not like that.
He just has sharp teeth.
He's not like that one swamp dude.
He's probably just part fish man.
Caribou.
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 The guy that gets locked in a barrel for most of the show.
I fucking hate that guy. He happened in Fishman Island. He's in that barrel right now.
I barely remember.
He stays in that barrel for so long.
I barely remember Caribou.
He's kind of a joke.
Nick, to be clear, he's still in that barrel in Wano.
Yeah.
Hold on, Caribou.
He's the mud guy. His tongue's always out.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I fucking hate that.
He's established at Fishman Island, and he just stays in that barrel for so long.
Why Fishman Island is so low. Apparently
He
the
doesn't
lowest.
get out of that barrel until Egghead.
Apparently it's the lowest ranked arc of One Piece according to us, because I can't imagine the rest of these getting lower. But I'm also not going to be here for that part of the conversation. So
Yeah.
because from this point on, checked out. I am going to catch up. So
All right.
Get the fuck out.
All right. You don't get to learn about Furry Island. Bye.
get Furry Island.
And we're back.
Back.
All right. So Zoe, Furry Island.
Furry Island.
I like it.
Honestly, it's
Not too long.
It's not too long. It's not too involved, but there are some really, really interesting character and story elements with the two leaders. I love those guys.
And I love that moment of I forget the guy's name, but like he's alive. Like they went through all this shit actually protecting this man.
Yeah, I know, and that was so phenomenal.
Yeah.
The fact that they lost limb, like they oh my god, that is so fucked.
Yeah. But I love the big elephant. I love everything about the big elephant.
Yes, Big Elephant is one of the best characters in One Piece. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I love the ending of this arc as well with Sanji. Great way to end an arc where it's like going right into the next one.
Oh shit.
Oh no, that happens mid arc.
Yeah,
That's
kinda
even
does.
crazier.
Yeah. Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that happens here.
Yeah, like Zoe is definitely one of those transitionary periods. Not that,
But it's a really good one.
Yeah, it's got a lot of its own great elements, and it's setting up for some really important stuff later.
Yeah.
like this is
Because we get more poneglyphs.
not
Red poneglyphs.
Yeah, poneglyphs. We have everything to do with like the Nika stuff is really starting to amp up here.
Yeah.
like we're really getting some big implications of what's supposed to happen later on in the story, and that like with Zanisha, is this Zanisha?
Zanisha, yeah.
Zanisha. God, it's so fucking.
Yeah, it's great.
So we're kind of jumping the ship. Well, I don't know if we're actually jumping a little bit here, but how do you feel about Carrot not being a part of the crew?
That's fine to me.
Yeah, I was sort of okay. Like
I like Carrot.
Yeah,
if she was part of the crew, I'd be cool with it. Her not being part of the crew, I'm cool with it.
I'm way more angry about another character not being a part of the crew later.
Yeah.
That one was look, it took forever to get Jinbei on the crew. And
Yeah.
honestly, longer than I think it really needed to. I think he should have just been on there earlier, but they were like, we're gonna save him for the arc when it happens, and
Yeah,
that's fine.
And it's a good moment.
It's a good.
And we'll get
moment.
there soon.
It works, but fuck.
Yeah.
There's a character later that I'm mad about.
But we're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not
there yet. But yeah, Carrot, and Carrot's interest here. I like Carrot. I like in Carrot Stows Away. It's like, cool, we'll get more Carrot. That's fun.
This entire arc is just, it's so short too. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those arcs where I'm like, God, that feels like 3 episodes, and I know it's not. I know it's more than that.
Also, I do think it's funny that like some sapphic fans of One Piece make a meal out of some of the dog women wearing Nami's clothes.
Yeah. I mean, I get it though.
Wanda, the dog's name is Wanda. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You know what?
And like the Three Musketeers, the Musketeers are in this too.
Man, the fucking dog girl though. That Look, I'm just
She
saying.
won't stop licking Nami.
And look, that
And Nami doesn't look like she doesn't like it.
that's because she is a lesbian.
She is.
I will not.
I am 100% in that camp as well.
I will stand on fucking business. That woman is gay.
She
as hell.
has shown zero interest in men and lots of interest in women.
Look, I'm willing to accept if she's bisexual and just like.
But she's shown zero interest in men.
Zero interest in men.
That said, where do we think Zoe goes?
Oh God.
I feel like it's Captain. I put above Thriller Bark.
Oh yeah, it's easily above Thriller Bark. In fact, in terms of arcs, it's really good in general.
Yeah,
like everything.
Nice, good short arc.
It's so short that it's kind of. I'd say let's put it above Amazon Lily. Just because of a lot of the stuff that it sets up, the amazing story with the two, I can't believe I'm forgetting their names, Garfield and
I forget their names too. And I think they have pun names too, like Inu something, the cat,
Inushima and
like a cat,
Neko
something.
It makes me feel good that you don't remember their names, because me not remembering their names, that makes sense. I'm bad with details. You not remembering their names allows me to feel like, okay, yeah.
Also, Brooke has that song about the Neko. Oh, he has that song. Yeah, Neko.
We've barely talked about Brooke, I realized.
Yeah, I mean, Brooke's just always around being a bro, and making unfunny panties jokes that I'm glad we don't get a lot of anymore.
The panties jokes were always sort of unfunny, but I will also say he actually doesn't seem that interested.
No, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
That actually makes the joke worse.
Well, no, I think the fact that he's not interested actually makes it better for me, because it seems almost like a gag that he's just sort of doing as part of a shtick.
Cool. So he just thinks it's funny to sexually harass his women.
I think it is better, not good, but better that he's doing it as a gag.
I guess for me, as a joke, that makes it worse because it has very little to do with character.
Yeah. That's fair.
That said, now we go to Whole Cake Island.
Whole Cake Island.
Which this is one of the first arcs where we get, like, not the only arc, but like this is one of the first arcs where I guess Zoe was also part of this, where we only get like half the crew.
Yeah, we
start splitting up the crew a bit for a while.
And this is splitting up the crew was never a bit. I was never a huge fan of this, and not that I didn't think it could work conceptually, but it always just sort of bothered me because I was always like, I'm waiting for the rest of the crew to come back. I want to see them.
I actually don't mind it. I think it makes sense. But I do think Oda, like, once he brings them back together again, he's like, I don't want to split them up that long ever again. I want to keep them around, but I do need to split them up in a smaller way, because he does need to split the characters up. There's just too many crew members for him to adequately explore them if they're all in one scene together.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. I will say I love this arc. I genuinely love it.
It's great.
So getting a backstory for Sanji, there's definitely some rewriting going on here on the part of Oda, and that's fine.
I'm not sure there is.
There's some people who pointed out that certain things don't really add up if you look at how Sanji got where he was. And I don't remember enough of those details, so I'm not gonna go out there and make those arguments myself.
And yeah, I wouldn't argue that he knew right when he introduced Sanji that the prince thing was gonna be the backstory, but he at least knew by Little Garden.
It's very possible that that's true.
Not the details, but just the vague idea.
Yeah, but that being said, the actual story that he gets and the way that we explore that is so phenomenal, especially because Pudding is a perfect character for him.
I genuinely am like, I want Sanji and Pudding to end up together, and that's the only female character I've ever wanted Sanji to have any relationship with.
Look, if by the end of the story he and Nami did end up together, I wouldn't hate it.
I would.
Well, that's just
I despise it.
Yeah, look.
I think no intercrew romance. Period.
I agree.
And if it were going to be anybody, it'd be Frankie and Robin. But
well, I mean that's just because he's dad and she's mom.
Or depending on how you feel, Sanji and Zoro. But
I am also okay with that for a lot of reasons.
But I don't think that would ever happen either. No. But in the realm of things that would happen, I think Sanji and Pudding kind of joining the crew, and like him and Sanji being like a lovey-dovey, annoying couple is also a good bit.
Absolutely.
And would also be a great progression.
Mm-hmm.
and I want it.
But that being said, him and Pudding, yeah, 100%. Oh my God, I want them together so bad. It hurts.
When we get her real character, like I love and then like we get that in like the heel turn, but then also like he truly is like, he doesn't care about the eye. He doesn't think he truly thinks she's beautiful. And then she's like got this like abused kid thing of like flashing out at somebody who likes her, trying to test the waters of can I push you away?
Yeah. And look, without going too much into like my life and my backstory, I've been there. I've been at that point where I have been hurt so many times. I will actually push somebody away just because of like, oh, well, here's the full extent of who I am.
Yeah.
If you don't like that, then get the fuck out, because I'm not going to stick around with you if if you can't accept me. And so that, oh my God.
And it's a great example of a bit that is written around a character and like around how she would feel.
Yeah, and I loved it. I loved that whole bit.
And by the token, Big Mom is a great exploration of like an abusive parent.
Oh yeah,
like in so many ways.
Big Mom's whole story is so fucking
just fucked up.
Good. Yeah,
Every aspect of her story is really fucked up.
Look, I'm going to say this. The worst part about this entire story is how the pacing slows down during the fight between Luffy and...
One Piece is always worse when there's action. Always.
It's true.
It's great when characters are doing stuff, like talking.
Yeah, and then the action starts, and it's like, oh my God, this battle's going to be drawn out. Like,
luckily, lately, much better.
Oh my God, right?
When the animation is good, I'm more into it.
Well, not to mention, it does feel like someone went to Oda and said, dude, stop. Nobody wants this anymore.
We're not really that invested in the fighting. Like, just move on.
Like the fights are fine. Do fights, but don't drag them out this long. Nobody wants it.
Yeah.
You're not building the tension. You're not building the despair. You're just making people wonder, when the fuck is this going to be over?
Yeah, Oda's not particularly good at fighting. And that's fine, because he's great at everything else.
Yeah.
So like just having a little bit is fine.
I was going to say this, by the way.
Yeah.
We haven't talked much about this, mostly just kind of, I feel like we've been talking more about the anime than the manga. However, I do think it's important to point out that it is around Dressrosa where Oda's art takes a bit of a shift. It had already been under a bit of a shift for a while, but it is especially noticeable around Dressrosa that he has started to push as much action as he can into smaller panels.
It gets really busy.
Yes, and bad.
And honestly, his art was already kind of busy.
His art was already kind of busy, but there were a lot more moments where he would let bigger pages, like bigger panels, take up more space, go slower. But once it was after the time skip that it just got smaller and smaller and smaller to where it's hard to even tell what's going on in a panel, and the action is just flowing so poorly. Yeah. And it's frustrating because when the action, like, Oda isn't bad at action necessarily. There are plenty of amazing shots from all over the series. It is noticeable that the anime has had to take a lot of liberties to really kind of sell a lot of these hits, a lot of these impacts, a lot of the choreography, where a lot of it's just being kind of shoved into these small little fucking panels nowadays. And I think that part of that is him trying to keep the pacing up because there's a lot of story he wants to tell.
But still, like, shove everything he's thinking in. It's like, and I think lately he's gotten a lot better at just condensing his ideas.
That seems like it's true because we haven't gotten to it yet. I don't want to spoil too much, but by the time we get when we're in Egghead, we're
moving.
And I can't wait to talk about Egghead.
Yeah.
But
okay, yeah. And I will say, I think the part that really drags the most in this whole thing is just when the sequence when Luffy is fighting.
Fuck.
You're close. Katakuri. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, when Luffy's fighting Katakuri, because
he hasn't even seen the arc and he knows.
He hasn't even seen the arc. Yeah,
so
I forget. There's so many names.
Yeah.
But and not that there's not great stuff. There's really great stuff in that fight. And I actually really like how Brûlé is like fleshed out.
I love how Brûlé is
like,
used.
The fact that I remember her name at all is a big deal.
and Katakuri is actually a really interesting. I feel like we get just enough time with Katakuri to make him a truly interesting character. The fact that he is a guy is like, he never lays down. He's never on his back. He's always up. He's always ready because he always feels like he has to.
Yeah.
And then him getting knocked down on his back and then just finally being able to relax for a moment. I was like, that's awesome.
As a parentified older brother, I feel some things about it.
Yeah. Katakuri is a phenomenal character. His battle with Luffy is pretty good. But it does kind of drag. And unfortunately that entire sequence sort of drags because once the big reveal happens and we enter the final siege.
Yeah, and we get some great stuff with Carrot, like going Super Saiyan and like Pedro stuff with Pedro.
My God, Pedro, rest in peace, Pedro.
We get a little bit of that one fucking crazy guy who was part of the Worst Generation. I always forget his name. Fred Flintstone looking motherfucker.
Wait, Fred Flintstone?
Beige. Yeah, he like the way he worked him in is like we okay, so we've covered this guy now.
Yeah.
Like so all the Worst Generation are getting in here.
I positively adore his fruit power.
It's crazy.
Like I had no idea that we were going to go full. This man is a fortress.
Say hello to my little friends.
So good. So good.
And Lola.
Oh, Lola.
I was like, hey, I'm glad that like she's happy, you know? And the dad stuff as well. And of course, the way this fleshed out Sanji and his whole family. We didn't even talk about the Germa stuff.
Oh yeah, Germa. Holy shit.
Fucking science Nazis.
Yeah, they're science Nazis, all right. I like the inspiration from Science Ninja Team Gatchaman combined with just kind of general Sentai stuff.
Yeah, and like turning Sanji's name into like a pattern of numbered names.
Yeah.
It's a very fun move.
Yeah, Yonji, Goji, Niji, and I can't remember if it's Ichiji?
Did you cover Reiji?
Reiji.
Yeah,
Reiji.
And also like getting more of Sanji's backstory and like it's like, oh, of course he idealizes women. Women were the only people kind to him before he met Zeph.
Yeah.
Literally at all. We're just his sister and his mom.
Oh man. Damn.
Oh, you never thought about that?
No, honestly, I kind of didn't.
Yeah, his mom and his sister were the only people who ever showed him any kindness in his family.
Oh man.
So that has affected his views on women, I think.
Yeah, I can see it.
And definitely does a lot to like win us back on Sanji in a huge way. Like the shot of him just like the crying like this.
Oh yeah.
Is one of those iconic crying Oda shots.
Yeah, in terms of like One Piece crying characters, Sanji doesn't get a whole lot of the big messy crying, but that shot is just devastating.
when he's leaving Luffy. Like also the fight with Luffy. And then the pudding reveal and hit just the.
Oh god, that arc does so much to redeem all of the bullshit they had Sanji do.
Absolutely.
And I was so happy with that, mostly because Sanji kind of needed that in terms of both like fixing some problems / what's the term, rehabilitating his character and just kind of giving him some more like flesh, because we had the stuff with Zeph, but it still did feel like there was more they could do with his character.
Yeah, and Oda found it, and
true.
I do wish Pudding hadn't taken the memory of her away from him. I would have liked to have seen a Sanji who was like, I got a girl back home. She's everything to me. I think changing his bit would have been nice. But Oda doesn't like to change bits.
There's also something really sad about that I appreciate the fact that they committed to.
Yeah.
Where she's like, I'm going to take this away from you because I want you to go live your life because I don't think there's any chance we can actually work together.
And to me, it feels like a cop-out because it feels like Oda being like, yeah, but I don't want him to have Sanji be hung up on this.
But that being said, I do like the idea where next time he sees her, he just instantly falls in love with her because there's something she couldn't take away.
Maybe, and we'll see, because Pudding's definitely coming back.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
She's incredibly important, actually.
Like genuinely, I am with you that if he doesn't end up with Nami, he better fucking end up with Pudding. I will be. I
want Pudding to join the crew. I want Pudding on the crew.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know about that. I think we're looking at like end of the series.
I think when the series ends, there's still going to be a crew and there's still going to be sailing.
I still think there'll be a crew. At that point she should. Well, I don't know. Actually, I think that by the end of the series, pirates will be over.
Yeah, I think the show will, like the series has to end on, and more adventures in the future. I think that's how it goes.
I think that pirates won't be necessary. I think that Oda's committed to an idea of, I think that Luffy's entire goal, and this is something that has been alluded to, is going to be to create an era where pirates are not necessary, where people are free and there is no authority that causes, like, because I don't think Luffy wants to be a pirate specifically because he wanted to, like, I think he wanted to be a pirate because he realized that there was adventure and good things to be had out there, and that was the way to do it. But I think that if you remove the authority that keeps people from enjoying, like, living their lives and having freedom, then you don't need pirates.
Sure, but that has nothing to do with the crew sailing and going to find new things and have adventures.
That is sort of true. All I'm saying is I think that by the end, pirates will no longer be a thing.
Sure. Yeah. And like, they don't have to be doing piracy, but like they aren't anyway.
I still think there'll be a family by the end. Yes.
Yeah. That said, where do we think we put Whole Cake? It sounds like we like it.
I love Whole Cake. It's a warlord.
So yeah, I feel like it's like a top of warlord for me.
It's definitely high warlord.
I think if it were paced better, it'd be even higher.
Yes. Yeah. I think some pacing issues do keep it back. I also think that there's, how do I put this? Some of the Jeremy stuff I could give or take. It's mostly just because I feel like a lot of it sort of doesn't really.
I think it fleshes out Sanji in a really good way.
Yeah.
And I like Reiju.
Oh yeah. Reiji is phenomenal. Though I will say I don't, and unfortunately, it seems like Oda was on the same track with this. The power up that they give him.
I don't know what he's doing with it yet. That's the thing. Like, it seems like it's a long running thing where he's just sort of seeing what he's going to do with it.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I don't hate it. In fact, I kind of like it.
It gives Sanji a new thing.
It does give him a new thing. And genuinely, it's actually a cool design. Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then next up is the Reverie, which is where all the different world leaders come together and talk stuff out.
I don't have much to say about it.
I like it.
Yeah, no, it's good. Like this is.
I do think this goes in Nakama though.
Only just because there's just not much to say.
Above Whiskey Peak though.
Yeah, it's all like lead up, and it's good lead up. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with any of it.
We do at least get the one guy who Shirahoshi's mom saved all those years ago.
Oh yeah.
Redeeming himself by saving her.
And I love that. Yeah. I do love that. Here's the thing. I would put that like at the bottom of Captain just because there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's just again, it's transition.
Yeah. And we get to see a lot of old friends. Like, if we haven't seen in a long time. It's like, hey,
that is very cool.
Like the We Love Luffy crew hang out, including Kobe. Yeah. Like, and we get the one of the most. I remember I was watching with my sister, and my sister like burst into tears watching Bonnie burst into tears watching Kuma be treated poorly.
Yeah.
They didn't even know what was going on. They were just like, they're sad, so I'm sad. And it is really sad, actually. So, it's awful.
Finding out what the fuck's going on there.
Really, really messed up. Wano. So, another really long one, but I think this one justifies its length better.
Yes and no, I'd say, personally. This would be in Kaizokuo for me if it weren't for the fact that it is fucking epic.
Yeah. And in one way, that's great.
In one way, it's kind of cool. In the other way, holy goddamn shit, that last fight lasts way too fucking long.
Yeah. It feels like the end of the second act of One Piece.
Yeah. That's pretty true. I will say, Wano is the end of the second act. What was the end of the first? Oh, the Marineford.
Yeah, Marineford.
Yeah. The end of the first act is Marineford. The end of the second act is Wano.
Yeah, and it really feels like it. And that way, it's great. I do think there's one beat we mostly don't need, or at least not as much as we had it, was that prison stuff.
Yeah.
That's the part where I'm like, I don't think about it much. There's not much there for me.
But there's important stuff there. Like,
yes, genuinely, but we could have had less of it.
It does sort of feel like we have that just as an excuse to put Luffy in a place to gain a new power.
Yeah.
And that's not good. It's not good. I mean, it does kind of like, but there's an argument that it exemplifies the sort of society that these people are living under, the oppression and the fascism that they're suffering from. Well, not necessarily fascism, tyranny that they're suffering from.
Yeah.
But we don't need more examples of that. There's plenty of other examples. And taking Luffy and putting him in this place for several chapters / episodes, it is a drag.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm glad we get to meet the old man because he's also very important. And I'm glad he has another teacher. But fucking A.
Yeah. But also, you know, we also get introductions to many great, like, just civilian characters. We get 2 little girls that are great and we all want to protect.
We have Mochi Girl and
Otoko, the smiling girl.
Oh God, is she not? She's not the Mochi Girl.
No, the Mochi Girl's a different one.
Yeah, wow.
And they're both great, and I want to protect them both.
Yes.
But yeah, the Mochi Girl's the one who, like, she gives Luffy the last of her food.
I adore.
And like Luffy's instantly in on taking down whoever's in charge because this little girl can't get food, and he's really upset about it immediately.
Yeah. No,
also, she knew Ace, and he has to tell her, really matter of factly, that Ace is dead.
God, there's so much in that arc that I love, and it's God. I just wish it was slightly better paced. It is so long, and it is, and that honestly, it's not even the length that's necessarily the problem. It's the fact that by the time we get to that final fight, it is so.
It's been so much, yeah.
Christ
the fight. I love the fight I love how much is going on in the palace, but I do just want all of it. The pacing still hadn't been fully fixed yet. It was way better and the quality was higher, but like we still needed things condensed more, which I still do prefer the fan-paced version of this arc because it's much better. Even with that, it's still a little long.
Mind you, I'm reading the manga.
Yeah, and it's still a little long with that stuff in the manga.
I did watch the anime after when it was coming out, but I was a manga fan first, and I can tell you, man, this pacing is nuts.
Yeah, the palace fight is great, but there's too much.
Yeah, there is genuinely just like the fight with Queen, the fight with King, the everything to do with the disease that's going around, and Chopper having to come up with an antidote.
Great thing to have him do.
Yeah,
but
I mean, yeah.
I think, like, unfortunately, Queen isn't as good as I'd like Queen to be.
Yeah, Queen's kind of lame.
The anime really plussed some of Queen's stuff with the song.
That fucking sequence is phenomenal. A+, holy shit.
And if we're also talking about like anime versus manga stuff, we have to bring up that this is when Megumi Ishitani really
So this
hit the scene.
We alluded to this a little bit earlier, but Wano is when they switched their compositing. They switched their art style. They were doing all new stuff to make it look different and feel different. And this is when their scheduling with their animators took a huge leap.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what happened behind the scenes. I'm sure there are people who are far more informed that can really elaborate on this. But One Piece's scheduling with the animators became incredible. They were able to knock out at least one amazing looking sequence a week, and some episodes that just were unbelievable, better than anything One Piece had been able to put forward. And
some episodes clearly got more time than others, because when Megumi Ishitani got to make that Yamato episode, I forget what the number was. That episode is one of the best episodes of One Piece ever made.
Yamato is a fucking legend.
Yes.
And Yamato's one of those interesting characters because, there's a lot of conversation about Yamato's gender.
But he says he. So I mean, that's the end of that.
Okay. To be fair, the pronouns in Japanese are a little bit weird because there aren't technically there are sort of gendered pronouns. Like you could say boku instead of watashi or atashi, which are more feminine or neutral.
But everyone refers to Yamato in ways that are male coded. Yamato literally hangs out in the male baths.
Yeah, I think there's no argument more that Yamato sees Yamato as a man than him going into the fucking bath.
Yeah, that's a full both him and Kiku go to the different. That's a statement. Yeah, that is an outright statement.
Nobody's making the. By the way,
that's true.
Nobody makes the argument that Kiku's not trans. Yeah. Nobody will fucking make that argument because no. There's
it's obviously untrue. Yeah.
Yeah. With Yamato, and to certain people's credit, I'm not going to say everybody everybody who's kind of more wishy-washy on it is like, I get that the idea is that Yamato sees himself as Odin.
Yeah.
He sees himself as that person, so he is like, I am a man. Is that gender dysphoria, or is that just a projection upon oneself that they fully embody?
Lots of people admire somebody and also like...
Yeah, and ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't care.
Yeah.
The
statement is clear enough.
He says, I am a man, and he goes into the fucking baths.
The reasons don't really matter. He says he's a man.
Yeah,
the end.
Fucking him. That's all there is. I'm fucking.
He's just a man with tits. Get over it.
And you know what? That's totally fine by me. And also, Yamato should have joined the crew. I feel
like Yamato still will.
I hope.
It feels like one of those long-term ones where, like, I mean, you also said, like, I need to, like, go do what Odin did first, and we've getting those little stories in the cover stories and whatnot.
Yeah. Which, oh man, I wish that we could have gotten like those elaborated on in the anime. It feels like they had so many opportunities to do so, and then it never happens.
Yeah, it's like, if you want filler, do that. Also, Momo gets some great stuff in this arc as well.
Oh yeah, Momonosuke.
Yeah. Sanji gets some growth in this arc as well. Like, he also gets a really shitty bit that was an Oda thing. It shouldn't have been, of him literally trying to peek on women in the baths.
Oh.
With his invisible powers thing.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
Fucking Christ, we were past this.
Yeah.
And luckily, that stuff's been really scaled back for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But we still had that one moment. That said,
I'd actually forgotten about that.
Yeah, I knew because you were confused.
Yeah.
But that said, though, Sanji gets a great moment of growth where he asks for help from Robin specifically, trusting that Robin is strong enough to handle things.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to Robin.
Yes. And that feels like a real slap in the face to the same Sanji who would not fight back against what's her face? Khalifa, yeah.
So yeah, that was great. Like Brooke got some great stuff too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it feels like Usopp really got kind of like,
I don't know. Usopp has some feats of stuff his own where he was saving people's lives, like carrying people on his back.
Yeah, but
he didn't get as much, but he gets so much usually.
I am a little bit worried because it does feel like certain members of the crew, Nami and Usopp, are kind of losing their place as these big fights happen.
It is, but it also feels like Oda does want big moments for them, but it's just not time for it yet.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Usopp's going to have something with Yasopp. That ball's going to drop.
That would make me really happy. I would love to see a big reunion with those two.
Well, honestly, I'd like to see Usopp be mad at him.
Yeah.
I think Usopp should be angry.
Yeah, well, when I say big reunion, I'm not saying...
It doesn't have to be a happy reunion,
It doesn't have to be a happy reunion. It just needs to be a like, hey, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. Log once again gets a lot of great stuff in this arc. Didn't expect to feel anything about Killer, but like,
Killer. Nobody was like, oh, Killer, I want to know more about him. And then we learn more about him, and it's actually incredibly fucked. What the hell?
Yeah, and then there's also what's that guy's name? Apu. We get the last members of the worst generation who aren't Blackbeard. Established here. So Apu, Drake.
Scratchman Apu is a fucking fuck him.
Yeah, he's not. It turns out he's just an asshole.
Yep.
And then there's one more.
Hawkins
is the last one.
Yo, Hawkins. Oh man, his power is also really interesting.
Yeah.
It's like it's a little confusing at first, but it's pretty cool.
And also, Drake being secretly a member of the Navy makes sense.
Yeah, honestly.
I like Sir Francis Drake.
Yeah, after figuring that out, and also, I love the fact that he's a fucking dinosaur. I mean, I get it, Drake. But
Drake Dragon.
Yeah, I know, but like fucking dinosaur, man. What?
Dinosaur.
It's so good.
Dinosaur.
I fucking love the fight between Sanji and him. It's so good.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Sanji just keeps fighting dinosaurs. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, and also Queen, and like a whole science thing there as well with his dad. Also, there's really interesting Lunarian stuff in this arc with what's his name? That one guy Zoro fights.
Oh, King.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, he's King. Yeah. There's like a lot of Lunarian lore in that part as well.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and like more even more Big Mom.
You know what I find very interesting, by the way? Out of all the characters who get a bunch of backstory You know who gets the least?
Zoro, really.
No. Kaido.
Kaido, yeah, no, he got some, but and he's getting it peppered throughout.
But he gets like one real sequence where we see his backstory.
Yeah,
and it's good. By the way, I'm not actually saying I needed more. By the way,
no, and we're clearly getting more as more things are unveiled in the latest stuff.
Yeah, but like with Charlotte Linlin, we got a ton of her story leading up to her defeat. We got almost nothing for Kaido except for the bare minimum to make him a compelling character.
Yeah,
and it worked. I'm not complaining.
Also, in one of these earlier arcs, he tried to kill himself, but I forget which arc that was.
And like this isn't a complaint. In fact, maybe it's actually sort of like admiration that with so little they made Kaido work.
Yeah, Kaido's great.
That being said, I could have done with more because I do think they could have made it even better if they had seeded a little bit more in. But I also think Kaido is sort of a simple character by his very nature.
Yeah, that's kind of just his thing. And like, yeah, as we see more of the Rocks pirates and stuff, we end up seeing more of him anyway.
Yeah, and that's important, and that's good. I really like the fact that we're still getting stuff about him, even if it's not directly about him.
Yeah. And of course, Wano, ends like near the end. We get Gear 5.
Yeah,
which is one of the best moments of both the manga and the anime.
Yeah, remember,
it's insane.
So, like, if you know One Piece, then you already know the insane animation from that whole sequence.
Yeah, well, and also, like, the animation is great, but like the fucking music during that segment,
also that
is so good, and I love that it uses what we've had for 25 years to make that music even stronger, and then like that like drum beat has kind of always been part of the show as well, and incorporating it all is like, it makes everything feel like it's all, One Piece.
Yes, it does make it feel like, this was always a part of this story.
Yeah, it's not always planned, but it was always here. But also, I think this might be one of the few things that Oda did kind of plan. Not the details, but the broad strokes.
It would be interesting. I'd like to, it's always one of those matters where it would be really impressive if it was something that he planned, but it would also be something really impressive if he didn't.
Yeah.
Gotta admit, because writing manga series like this has got to be really, really stressful.
And you gotta be able to do like some writing improv. Yeah. But also I think all good writers should be able to go with the flow. If the character wants to take you somewhere else, you should go that place instead.
Yeah. I agree. If it would make a better story and a better character,
exactly.
Go with
like
it.
Otherwise, you get How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, or like God fucking help me. You could be like the D&D guys. I call them D&D because from Game of Thrones.
Benioff and Weiss. Yeah.
Yeah. Who fucking completely. Who decide, wait, no, we can't do this. People expect it. No, you fucking idiots. That's why you do it. If people are
George R. R. Martin has said something similar. It's like, I don't rewrite an ending just because someone figured it out.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
If I ever hear that a writer was like, people saw this coming, so I changed it, shame. Yeah. Fucking shame.
Yeah, I write stuff like people watch Tales Are Written. No, I've told people, there's a secret here. You can figure it out. No one's done it yet. But now, if they do, I think that's great.
Okay, we'll say this, though. If you're writing a story and it's coming out and people are like, God, I hope it's not this. I can sort of understand the evidence of like, oh, okay, maybe that is a little.
But yeah, I remember people like criticizing Naruto for like Tobi's Obito. We all know it. And it's like, yeah, and then Toby was like, well, we all knew that. It's like, okay, what? Was he going to change it and make it a worse story? It's better that he is.
I will say, it would have been really dumb if he weren't.
Exactly. Like, of course you don't change that plan.
And frankly, it took way too fucking long, by the way.
That may be more the problem.
By the way, spoilers for Naruto, I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
But the fact that it took so long for them to finally confirm that the fourth Hokage is his fucking dad, it's like, oh my God, why did it take this fucking long?
By the way, every time you hit that table, your mic is picking up all of it.
Why did it take this long?
But going back to Wano, like, yeah, no, it was great, and it feels we don't know if he planned it or not, but it works, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like it's great, but we do know he's been setting up Nika since really early on.
Yes, and honestly, God, all the Nika stuff and how it is played moving forward, I actually have appreciated in ways that I didn't think I would.
Yeah, and like I also like that, like, you could call it Chosen One stuff, but Luffy didn't have to eat the fruit.
No, that is like, there is no Chosen One shit because you're right. He didn't have to eat the fruit.
And also, he could eat the fruit and it would never awaken potentially. I think Luffy has to be the kind of person who it would awaken for.
Yeah. I definitely think that, and the Chosen One narrative always really bothered me because I don't like the idea of a greater power pushing something to happen.
I also just don't believe that, like, as a person.
Yeah.
About the world.
Yeah. Like, look, I
don't buy into great man theory.
In my fantasy series, I do think there are good Chosen One stories. I think that is true, but it's a lot of the story that's being told overarching that makes it good, not the actual like. But
I think like Lord of the Rings was like one of the most established like high fantasy stories like that established the whole genre. There's no Chosen One.
Yeah,
Frodo's just a guy. He's just a good guy.
Like, I mean, look, there's a reason that The Last Jedi was right.
Yes, I think Chosen Ones are lazy writing.
Yeah.
And Luffy's not a chosen one. He just happens to have done something special.
Yes.
Which is different than innately being special.
And there is a part of me that can appreciate, there being an energy in the universe that says, no, this is wrong, and we need to like urge something to push it forward. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with that because it definitely seems like One Piece has some metaphysical.
Yeah, but there's no God like making the world right.
No.
If that were true, he's been failing for thousands of years.
But as we've seen, there's definitely energy, spirits, things around them.
There's a will.
There's a will. A will of D.
Cock.
That is kind of like influencing things.
Yeah.
But like Luffy is his own man. Luffy isn't getting better because he's being given all these like handouts from fate.
Yeah.
And that's important. That's the important part.
Yeah. That said, we gotta rank this.
Oh, we do.
I think this one did warrant a longer discussion, but we gotta start wrapping it up.
I love the fact that we didn't talk about like 90% of this arc.
Yeah, but there's a lot. So
all the samurai are really cool.
Yeah, I like them.
The anime did an insanely cool sequence during their fight, where it represented all of the blood through sakura petals, and it's fucking gorgeous. Oh my god, I cannot recommend the anime of Wano more.
I got sad when the one guy died.
Yeah.
We got one of our few like real deaths.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Kaido and Big Mom being defeated was very cathartic.
That was sick as fuck.
And Momo's big moment is also very cathartic.
Yeah. And fucking Charlotte Linland's takedown is epic. Fucking it is a little drawn out, but also like they go to the fucking mat just to take that bitch down. Oh my god. And it's so good. Fuck.
Yeah. Great arc. Clearly up here.
Okay. I have to say, it's either at the top of Yonko or the bottom of Kaiser for me, and I only would put it in Yonko because that pacing is fucked. By the end, I'm like, guys, it was me screaming, Oda, you've got to stop.
Yeah, I can go with that. That said, Egghead, which this was interesting where they didn't include like the little, because it was less, Oda spends less time on it now, the little interstitial between arc transitions now. But we also got at the beginning of Egghead the stuff with Cobra and what happened with him.
Yeah, although that is directly like a part of the Eggman Island stuff, as we see here. Like they're actively making that as such.
Egghead is when the anime finally figures out what it's doing.
It definitely feels like it. And
Egghead's the first arc where I can recommend someone just sit down and watch the show as it is. It's fucking great. It has that great. It starts off with that great Megami Ishitani intro. Megami Ishitani's the fucking best.
And sooner or later, like Toei Animation or somebody is going to get Megami Ishitani to do a fucking movie, and I want to see that movie.
I think should we include fan letter in here as well as like part of this?
Fan letter is fucking Kaizoku. Like,
well, I think Egghead's going up there too. Like, let's be honest. I think Egghead's also going up to the top too.
Don't spoil.
Who cares? Where else is it gonna go?
Eggman is really good.
Egghead, sir.
Egghead, yes.
I am the Eggman.
But no, Egghead is phenomenal. Honestly, I was kind of like wondering about it when we started the arc, and then it just keeps
getting better. And like, the Kuma stuff is just so good.
God.
And the anime like just ended for us, and basically every single episode I watched for the last like 15 episodes, I was crying. crying at some point.
Yup.
Anytime Bonnie anytime anything with Bonnie was happening.
Yep. Okay. The Bonnie stuff is weird now. Bonnie stuff is weird.
Yeah, he didn't know that at first.
He figured
that out later.
That might be true.
That's 100% true.
Okay,
I have zero doubt because as soon as he established that she was a child, he started treating her differently in the way he drew her.
Yeah, you might be right. Although the anime knew that.
The anime, however,
when they were drawing some shit, that is really fucking weird.
I feel like someone yelled at them because they stopped eventually. But like at first, it was like, hey, Oda didn't draw it that way, guys, because he established something here.
Yeah, that's also true.
Oda didn't do this.
Also, so this is really funny. My friend Yama loves UFO crane games in Japan. He loves crane games. They're very good at them too. Like so good that they end up giving prizes away to people around them when they play. And so they were playing a One Piece crane game because they were like, I want to see if I can win a couple of things. They won me a super fucking cool Sanji figure from Wano. It's Wano Sanji. Or not Sanji, Zoro. But they also won a sexy Bonnie.
Oof.
And I was like, I'm not keeping this. And so I went to Tyler and I'm like, hey, Tyler, you like One Piece? And he's like, is that Bonnie? Yeah. Okay. I'll still display it, but it's going to be in the back. And I'm like,
yeah, that's understandable. And the thing is, like, Bonnie's great. Bonnie's such a great character.
Love Bonnie.
I think he is, like, even though it is kind of weird, I think it's worth it because he wrote such a good character.
He did. The way the development of Bonnie and the twist and everything that with Kuma, I was so fucking oh my god.
And also I love that Bonnie's like Bonnie feels like an apology to little girls who love One Piece.
Aww.
Because she gets to do all the stuff the boys get to do.
Yeah, it's true.
For the first time. Like she's even into big robots like all the boys are, which is used to be just a boy thing. She likes to eat like all the boys do, like where she gets just as excited about that. I was noticing that because like that was stuff that Oda had coded as male things that he's now giving to a little girl.
It is very interesting because in the introduction of Bonnie, she feels like more of a guy than some of the guys do.
Yeah, but like, she is a little girl, but she just also likes these things.
Yeah,
and it feels like Oda being like, I need to broaden my idea of what girls and boys do.
Yeah.
And I think that's great growth for Oda.
Oda making strides as the series goes on.
He's always growing, and I appreciate that.
Between Kiku and Yamato and Bonnie and fucking what's his face Ivankov, Bon Clay, like so many different characters from walks of life.
You can tell he's always trying, and that's always appreciated.
And that, I love that.
Yeah, like that's also what I appreciate about Togashi, who like has made mistakes and then corrected them.
Yeah.
You know, you're allowed to make mistakes, and if you address them, if you find ways to do better, that's always the way to do it.
Yeah, I've never been one of those people who.
I mean, who are we?
I know, right? Yeah. Oh boy, it would be super hypocritical. But yeah, no, I love Egghead Island. It's so good.
Yeah,
I love its designs. I love it. Oh my god, just fucking Egghead himself. Everything to do with just like his whole character and the way that he separates his mind into the different robots. I love that.
Yeah, that's all great.
Yeah, I love that shit because I've always loved the idea of a mind and the capacity of the mind, and
it means he can kill off characters without killing off characters, which is like the perfect Oda thing.
Although, okay, so I'll say this, and I was a little bit sad that it didn't happen. So Tyler. And it's hard not to bring up Tyler because he's
also like big into One Piece, bigger than us.
Bigger than us. Oh yeah,
I'm pretty big into One Piece.
If he were here, I'm sad that he's not. So he brought up a theory after Vegapunk died, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, the database still existed.
Yeah.
So Tyler posited that the database would be transferred to the Thousand Sunny. And Thousand Sunny would have like an onboard like system where it would.
So what happened in Solo, a Star Wars story?
Except, it would be able to communicate with them.
Yeah.
And I would have fucking loved that. I won't lie. That would have been the coolest shit.
But a version of that did happen in a way. Not with Vegapunk himself.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah. But not really though.
The other ones aren't. He is. He's the one that's gone.
But they still have his information though.
Yes, they have like stuff, but like that guy is gone.
Yeah.
But that said, like I also want to just note like the anime, like it kept repeating that really beautiful animation of like them dancing on like dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
When in like one of the final ones of the arc, when they were doing that, repeating that animation again, which I thought, oh, they're repeating this animation again, and then they interrupted it and had him disappear, and Bonnie stopped dancing. Fucked up thing to do.
Yeah.
God, everything with Bonnie just.
Yep.
Also, the animation for when the guy dies, the fucking the elder dies.
Oh my
sick
God.
as fuck.
Holy shit.
That was so cool.
I was like,
They're going crazy with the horror animation, and it's like because also with like with the island that got blasted.
yeah, yo, that shit
Horrific.
that shit is crazy.
So, and I'm glad. I love that they're like leaning into the horror elements as well as all the great other like happy elements.
Yeah, no, man, the One Piece anime got real good.
It's so good, and now that it's seasonal, I'm so excited.
I'm really hoping that is a good benefit to it.
I don't see how it couldn't be.
I definitely think that there is an element because so the major thing with seasonal anime is that it is a blessing and a curse. Blessing in that it gives people more time, but a curse in that they don't have their artists immediately on call as much. So it is actually possible that if you go seasonal, it's hard to get people together. It's one of the reasons is that the One Punch Man seasons after one struggled so much was because the first season had a director who knew a bunch of people who he was able to get together for that season, but the seasons afterwards didn't have those people available immediately.
Yeah.
But they had a timetable that was instructed by the committee that was running the anime saying you need to get this done by this time.
Yeah.
And that's a thing I'm concerned about is that if they don't have this continuous series where they have these people on basically on call at all times, will they still be able to give that kind of animation quality?
I don't know. I do think that the pacing will 100% be better, and the writing will be generally better too.
I do think both of those things will be better, but I'm hoping that they're able to maintain the artistic integrity that we've seen for the last arc because it is phenomenal.
Yeah,
it is
absolutely
stupendous. I cannot believe that a week to week anime looked as good as it did.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That said, I think I would put it above, like at the top, the very top.
I wouldn't put it. Okay, so I'm hard pressed to put it. Well,
I'm emotionally so much more, even more hard hit by stuff in Egghead than I was in Arlong.
I will say it does everything kind of right.
Yeah.
It even does. Gosh, as somebody who does not like the Luffy versus Lucci fight from Enies Lobby,
I have no
the rematch.
place about the fighting.
The rematch is so, especially in the anime. Oh my god!
And then Zoro and Lucci as well. Like
yeah. Oh my god, Zoro versus Lucci, and then
Kaku.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, Luffy versus Kizaru.
Yes.
Is so
everything with Kizaru. Like where I was like, oh man, Kizaru. I think I hate him, but I like him.
Oh yeah, no, where with Aokiji, you just
hate him. Oh, sorry, Aokiji, you love him. I kind of knew you just hate him.
Akainu, you hate. Kizaru is I love
he's so complicated.
And I do think that he is sort of the in between guy. He's the guy who's like, yeah, some of the shit we do is pretty fucked up.
Like he sucks, but I also like I see the humanity in him.
Also. His design is perfect.
Love his. He's based on some sort of actor.
A Japanese actor. Yeah. And he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he looks great. But yeah, I think Egghead it does everything so much better and doesn't have the pacing issues.
Yeah.
So it's got all the highs and none of the lows.
Yeah. The pacing in Egghead is so good.
Yeah.
Like ridiculously good.
And like it does do some of the stuff where like now his way of getting Luffy out of the fight for a while is that he gets tired after using Gear 5.
Yeah.
It's like, that's less annoying, honestly. He's like, he literally can't fight right now.
That's basically the same drawback as 3.
Yes, but like the fact that he has used up a lot of energy fighting and then has to rest and eat is a much better problem than he's caught under a rock or got eaten by a big snake. I'll take it.
Yeah.
And we don't have to spend a lot of fucking time on it.
Yeah. You're right.
And Dorian Broggie. I just got to mention Dorian Broggie. Such a good moment. There's so many good moments.
There are so many good moments in Egghead. It's insane. It's crazy. Fucking what's his face waking up and Joy Boy's voice.
Yeah, the robot, the robo.
I will say the worst part, and this was the same in the manga, and I understood what he was going for, but Egghead's message. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Are you fucking kidding me? Stop, please. Just let him get the message out. This is
Yeah, but I think that's the good kind of like frustration. You want that frustration.
yeah. It's very intentional.
I mean, we did get crazy lore drops. I'll also say,
insane lore drops. Oh, the fact that the fucking sea level is rising.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I think Nick gave me this cute detail about when Joy Boy when we heard Joy Boy, that it was the original actor for Luffy from the OST version of One Piece who voiced Joy Boy.
Really?
Yeah, that's what Nick told me. OVA, yeah.
Hold on. I want to confirm that, because if that's true, sorry, Nick, I believe you, but also I gotta double check that because that's insane.
Certainly.
Oh my god, it's true.
Yay! Good, because that's a great detail.
That's so good. Urara Takano.
Yeah, and I love that. That makes it even better.
Absolutely phenomenal. Love that shit. Oh my god.
That's very cute.
Oh, that's so good. Wait. So, oh man.
So yeah, the Luffy before Luffy is Joy Boy.
Oh my god, that's so neat. That's so cool. Huh.
And what a great way to bring back an actor who like kind of got screwed over by not being able to be in the anime.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say screwed over,
but you know, you kind of feel left out if you voiced in the OVA and then didn't get to be in the anime.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get it. But wow, that's really cool, man. God, it gets so cool.
And I think that's like, you know, technically Elbap is on here, but it's not finished in the manga, and you haven't caught up anyway.
Yeah.
So we're not going to cover that right now, and we don't want to spoil that.
All I'll say about Elbap, without any spoilers, obviously, is that it's still pretty good, and
I love it so far, and the pacing is great.
Yeah. Can I mention a character's name?
Yeah.
Loki's such a cool character.
Agreed. He seemed like I wasn't sure at first, and I was like, you know what? No, this character's great.
Yeah,
really like what's going on here.
The more we see, the more he grows on me.
But that said, we could talk about Elbaf, could be its own whole video, but this video's so fucking long.
This is 2 fucking videos.
This is 2 videos. I didn't expect it to be. Okay, we gotta end it.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. You can become a YouTube member or Patreon. You can see early videos. You can get exclusive videos and all that stuff. Bye.